Speaking of yoga, let's begin in a wide knees child's pose. So bring your knees out to the edges of the mat, your big toes together, your hands straight in front of the shoulders. So you push your hips back towards your feet. You bring the forehead to the floor, breathing life into your body. We'll take a couple minutes here before we get moving. I thought today we would do the second sequence of Ashtanga, which is a back bending sequence versus the forward bending sequence. Whether you like it or not. It may help to have a block handy. We'll get moving in 1 minute. Good. Let's come to our feet. Standing position. I'll keep mine on. The sound of one Om together. So join the feet and the hands, lower the chin to the thumbs, close the eyes. Take a deep inhale. Have a great practice, then lower the hands down to the side of the body. So the feet are joined through the big toes, or you can put a little bit of space between the ankles. We're going to press down into the floor to engage the legs. Use that connection in our legs to find that first neutral pelvis, especially important for the sequence of back bending we're about to do today. So draw the belly in, or the tailbone down at the back. Those ribs up just above the stomach, draw in. Starting to breathe into the front body and the back body. Chin would be parallel to the floor. You're gazing straight forward. Moving with our breath. On your next inhale, sweep up the arms and bring the palms together. Keeping your legs strong and active. Exhale, fold down, bring the hands to the floor. Same action in your legs. Inhale, lifts the chest and the chin up in space. Then put your hands down so that you can exhale your feet back to plank, low plank, and lower down to the floor. Reset the feet, then the hands. Inhale, lift the shoulders. You can keep them bent or all the way up to straight arms, what's appropriate for you. And then exhale, lift up the hips, roll over the toes, and then open the feet a little bit wider than you do in your Samasthiti. Slowly breathe in through the nose. Smoothing out the sound. Noticing a deeper breath creates different sensations. Breathing in and out through the nose. Every time you're upside down, resist that urge to close your eyes. Now bend your knees, look to the hands. Inhale, step, jump back to the feet. Create that little lift up to lengthen the spine, engage your legs, exhale, fold down. Push into the floor. Inhale, rise back up. Lift the spine and the arms, maybe the hands together. With strong legs, exhale, release to Samasthiti. Number 2, just like that, stay heavy in the legs as you inhale up through the arms. Exhale, pressing the thighs back as you fold down the front of the legs. Then inhale, lift up away from the front of your legs. Hands are the foundation to exhale to plank, low plank, and maybe lower to the floor to reset the feet. Then the hands. Inhale, lift your chest, your shoulders, your upper body. And then exhale, lift up the hips, roll over the toes, reset the feet. For 1. Make the inhale and the exhale the same length. And 2. Make the sound the same, inhaling or exhaling. And then 3, breathe evenly into the back as you do into the front. 4, focusing on your breath brings you into the subtlety of your practice. Take 1 more. And finish that exhale with your knees bent. Look forward. The inhale takes you back to the feet to create a long lifted spine. Exhale releases the head down to the feet. Inhale, when you lift up, keep the belly in and those front ribs in. And exhale, release the arms. Number 3, with more sound, inhale, lift through the arms. A smoother sound, exhale, fold. Quality of sound, inhale, lifts the chest and the chin. Smooth exhale brings you down to the floor to reset the foundation. Inhale, hear the sound as you lift. Exhale, hear the sound as you fold. Noticing the sound of your breath. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the face. To relax the head and the shoulders. The head that's just hanging gently loose. Taking 1 more deeper, better breath. Then get ready to move with that smooth sound. Inhale, back to the feet, and then a little lift up. With sound, exhale, fold, let the head hang. Follow the sound up. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Keep it going. Inhale, rise up. Exhale as you fold down the front of the legs. Inhale, a little lift up. Plant palms, exhale the feet back, finding the neutral pelvis on the way down. Inhale, reach the head up to the ceiling. Exhale, lower the head as you lift the hips and reset. Remembering this is a breathing practice. The quality of the breath dictates the quality of the practice. Taking another 3. And 2. Remember, you're just breathing at your own pace and just counting 1, taking 1 more. And get ready to move by looking forward. Inhale, back to the feet. Lengthen from navel through the chin. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, rise up, keeping that neutral pelvis. Exhale. Last one of Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, lift through the arms. Exhale, tilting your pelvis forward, lower down. Inhale, take a little back bend, lifting up. Plant palms, exhale, step, jump, lower down, all in one smooth motion. Inhale, lift the shoulders up above your wrist bones. Exhale to downward facing dog. Breathing with that smooth sound. Say another 3. Another 2. And 1. Wherever you are, get ready to move. Inhale, step, hop, jump forward and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold into your legs. Inhale, when we lift up, keep the belly up and in. Exhale to Samasthiti. 3, Surya Namaskara bees as you bend the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Straighten your legs. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Plant palms to exhale, jump down to Chaturanga. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, folding at the hip. Your left foot turns out and the right foot takes a step. The inhale lifts the body, lifts the arms, maybe and look up at the hands. Exhale all the way back down to Chaturanga, that low plank, or maybe the belly position. Reset. Inhale up. Exhale, fold at the hip. Right foot turns out, left foot steps. Inhale lifts you all the way up into your left side warrior. Exhale all the way back down to low plank Chaturanga. Reset. Feet and then the hands. Then inhale, lift your shoulders. Exhale, lift your hips. Breathing into the ribs of the back. Taking 5. Back to moving, bend your knees. Inhale to jump to the feet and then lift through the chest. Exhale, fold down. Then bend your knees. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, stand up. 2 more just like that as you lower the legs. Inhale up through the arms. Exhaling down the front of the legs. Inhale, creates that little lift and lengthen. Plant palms, exhale, jump back with the neutral pelvis. Inhale, lifting. Exhale and folding. As the left foot turns, our right foot takes a step. The inhale lifts you all the way up. Maybe join the palms above the head. Exhale, plant the palm, step back to plank and lower to that appropriate height to reset. Inhale up and exhale back. As our right foot turns, the left foot steps. The inhale lifts you in space. The exhale takes you down in space. The hands first, the feet back, and the shoulders lower. Inhale, shoulders lift. Exhale, the hips lift. And you breathe. For 1. And 2. 3. And 4. Taking 1 more. And bending the knees to get ready to move. Inhale, jump or step into that lifted spine position. Exhale, fold down. Sit down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Your last one. Knees bent. Inhale. Fold down. Exhale. Little lift. Inhale. Plant palms. Exhale. Jump to lower. Inhale. Takes lift. Exhale to your down dog. Pivot your left. Step your right. And inhale. Lift through the body. Exhale takes you back down to the floor. Inhale lifts you. Exhale folds you for the other side. Pivot, step forward, and inhale, taking our left side. Exhale all the way back down, Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank position. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taken 5. One more deeper, better breath. And then finish that exhale with your knees bent. Inhale back to the feet into that lifted spine position. Exhale down into the legs. Utkatasana, inhale. Release, exhale. With inhale, separate your feet just like your downward dog. Exhale, fold down low enough you can hook your big toes. Inhale, lengthen from navel through chest and chin. And then exhale, fold down into our first standing pose, Padangusthasana. For 1. Keep sending the signal to your leg muscles to hug your leg bones. 2, engaging the thigh to create space at the back of your thigh. 3, being your first forward bend, be gentle to the hamstrings. 4, you're hearing the sound of your breath. And 5, on your next inhale, you come up, exhale there. Now take your hands under the feet so your toes touch your wrist. For the second set, exhale, fold right back down, Pada Hastasana. For 1, same action in the leg as the first set. 2, developing that neurological link between the brain and the legs. 3, as the awareness monitors the quality of breath. 4, feeling and noticing all those sensations. And 5, on your next inhale, you lift your chin. Exhale there, release your feet. Inhale, come up. Exhale, feet back together into Samasthiti. First, turn to your right. So you turn 90 degrees, separate your feet the length of one of your legs, and take your arms up parallel to the floor. Now turn your right foot 90 degrees to the back of your mat. The length between your 2 feet is the length of one of your legs. Now exhale, reach your right arm over your stable right leg. Lower your right hand down towards your right big toe, inner ankle, inner shin. We turn the drishti, which is your gazing point, up to your top hand. For 1, breathing into your Utthita Trikonasana. 2, noticing the subtle effects on the pose, on the quality of breath. 3, it's still the same connection to your leg. When your leg is straight, it's the same action engaging the quad. 4, equally pressing down into both feet. 5, so that you can inhale and come back up. Turn the right foot to the right side. Turn your left foot to the front. And then exhale, extend the left arm over the front of the mat. And then lower into our second side. For 1, keep pushing that bottom hip underneath the body. 2, so we're focused on creating length on the side of the rib cage that's facing that bottom thigh. 3, creating the same length that you might be feeling on the opposite side that's facing the ceiling above. 4, anchoring the back leg. Slip 5, you can inhale and come up. Now to do the twist of triangle, you got to turn your hips and your belly and your chest to face the back edge of the mat. So your right foot would face the back, your left foot would be 45 degrees. From there, you just take a forward bend. Exhale, go down. You put your left hand to the floor, you lift your right shoulder, and extend up through the right arm. Parvarita Trikonasana. For 1. Now, if you're unstable, move the feet into a place of stability. For 2, that neurological link to the legs really is there to protect the spine. For 3, breathing into the length of the spine. And 4, take 1 more. And look down so you got the balance with the exhale. Now come up, inhale. Turn to face the front of the mat, exhale. You got your right arm in the air, take another inhale. And then from there, you just exhale, fold down the legs. Right hand is the 3rd contact point for balance so that we're now lifting the left side. 1, use the downward reach of the bottom arm to create the upward reach of the opposite arm. 2, so really the twist is created by how you're using your arms. 3, the connection to your legs is always there to support the spine. 4, taking 1 more. Look down so you got the balance. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samasthiti at the front of the mat. Let's do that same pair, but with bending the front knee. So turn to the right, take a wider step. Raise the arms. Right foot turns to the back edge. Your back left foot is pointing at the side. Now bend the right knee this time. Lower the right hand to the right side of the right leg. If it's too far, you put a block underneath and you're going to reach your top arm so that you're making a long straight edge with the left side of the body. Udita Parsvakonasana. We're already at 2. And 3. Slowing the breath down. 4. And 5. Your next inhale would straighten the right leg to bring you up. You turn your right foot to the right side, left foot to the front. Now exhale, track the left knee over the left ankle. Reach the left arm forward. It comes to the left side of the left leg. And we reach the right arm forward. Now, even though you're taking the right arm towards the front edge, pull the right shoulder down towards your right hip. At 3. And 4. Almost there. 5. Now, like our last twist, come up with the inhale. Turn your upper body to face the back edge of the mat. That's the hips, the belly, chest, the shoulders. Bend the right knee. Raise your left arm. And exhale the back of your left arm to the far outer edge of the right knee. If you can just get there, your arms are in a prayer position. Or the full expression would take your left hand to the floor on the outside of your right pinky toe. And if you take this variation, then reach your top arm towards the back edge of the mat. Parvarita, twisted, revolved, of Parsvakonasana. Already at 3. Reach through the back heel so the back leg stays nice and straight. And 2. And 1. 1 inhale to come up out of the right side, turn back to face the front, and then 1 long exhale to get into the left side. Linking breath and movement together, out of one side and into the other for 1. Longer, deeper, better breaths. 2. Expanding the ribs of the back, especially in the twists. 3. And 4. 1 more. Finish your exhale. Inhale up. Exhale to Samasthiti, feet together. 4 forward bends in that wide-legged position. So inhale, separate the feet just like you were in Parsva Konasana. Keep all 10 toes pointing at the right side. And exhale, fold down, hands to the floor. You take an inhale, hands are on the floor, shoulder distance apart. And exhale, you lower the head to the floor. And if your elbows can bend, your hands walk back so the palm is underneath your elbows. For 1. Palms on the floor pointing in the same direction as your toes. For 2. The way you're using your arms is helping your head come closer to the mat. For 3, since your legs are straight, it's the same action as that first standing pose. 4, hugging your leg bones with your leg muscles. Take 1 more. 5, next inhale, halfway up. Exhale there. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale once you get there. Arms, hands extend out. Inhale. Hands, exhale, take to the hip bones. Inhale, you're standing even taller. And exhale, you're folding back down. Second set, hands stay on the hips. Counting down from 5. 4. 3. 2. Your next inhale lifts you all the way up. Exhale. Arms, hands, inhale out. Exhale, behind your back, interlace the fingers, palms stay together. Take inhale. Exhale, fold forward, head down. And then reach those hands away from the back. 1. 2. 3. 4. 1 more. Next inhale brings you up. Exhale, you put your hands on your hips. You take an inhale there. And exhale, you fold down just halfway so you can grab those big toes again. Take inhale. Fold forward, exhale. 4th and final variation, just like the first variation, using your arms in a way that helps your head come closer to the floor. Already at 2. Prasarita Padottanasana. 3. 4. 'On your next inhale, you come halfway up. Exhale, release your feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, Samasthiti, big toes together. Now, before you move your feet, take your hands behind your spine into your expression of reverse prayer. So you have your pinky fingers pointing up towards the back of the skull. Elbows move back to join the 4 corners of the palms together. Now step your right foot back, turn to the right side, and pivot all the way around so you face the back edge of the mat and square your hips. And then exhale. From there, take the forward bend down the inside of the right leg. Pinky fingers are touching the spine for 1. Fingers are pointing up to the back of the head for 2. Elbows moving away from the body in an external rotation of the arms for 3. We're opening up our chest and our shoulders. It's a little mini back bend for 4. Take one more. Then on your next inhale, you come up out of the right side. And then you exhale, turn pivot on the feet. So you square your hips to the front edge and you lower right back down into the second side. Pars Vottanasana for 1. Maybe the fingers can even wiggle a little closer to the back of the skull for 2. If your hands are together, join evenly the 4 corners of the palms for 3. And then breathe into the area of the back where the hands are for 4. Take one more. And on your next inhale, you would lift up, you release the hands, and exhale, feet together, for our 2 balance poses. So first, you want to focus your gaze. Look down at the floor, find something to stare at. Put your left hand on the left hip, raise the right arm in the front. Inhale, lift up your right leg, reach for the big toe. Take the right leg as straight as you can, and either stand up tall or exhale, fold forward by bending the right elbow. Already at 2. Focus on creating that same breath for 3. And 4. Take one more. 5. Now inhale, lift the head to the ceiling. And exhale, you open your arm and your leg to the side, but without turning the hips to the side. The challenge is turning the gaze in the opposite direction, off the left shoulder. Already at 3. Listening to the sound of breath. 4. 5. Inhale, bring the leg to the front. Exhale, lower your head down to your knee. Then inhale, lift the head back up. Then exhale, bring your right hand to your right hip, counting down. 5. 4, focus on lifting the leg bone, but dropping the hip bone for 3. 2, gets a little tough right about now. Lift a little higher, and exhale, release the leg down. Now find the balance first. Focus the gaze, right hand, right hip. Inhale, raise the left arm with your left leg. Reach for that big toe. Take the leg as straight as you can to the front, keeping the head up or folding forward at 2. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, 3. 4. 5. Now inhale, stand tall. Exhale, open the leg and the arm first. Find your balance second. And if balanced, slowly turn the chin and look to the right. 3. 4. 5. Inhale back to the front. Exhale, do a little forward bend, lower the head. Inhale, lift the head back up. Exhale, hands to hips. 1. 2. When the hip cramps, you just wiggle the foot a bit, like do circles with the foot for 3. 4. Take one more. See if you can lift a little higher before you exhale and lower it back down. Our second balance pose. Inhale, lift up your right foot and form a half lotus with your right leg. So you take your right foot to the crease of where your left groin is. Hold it with your left hand. Take your right arm around the back so that your right arm is going to hold on to your left elbow, left wrist, left forearm. You can stand tall in this variation, or if you hook your foot, exhale, fold down, and use your left hand on the floor for balance. Stand tall or forward bend. What is appropriate for you? What is appropriate is no pinching in that half lotus knee. We're already at 3. 4. 5. Now inhale, come halfway up Then bend your standing leg, and then come up the rest of the way with a bent leg and an inhale. And exhale, release back to Samasthiti. Find the balance. Focus your gaze. Now, on next inhale, we lift up the left foot. It comes to your right groin. You hold it with the right hand. Your left hand goes around the back. Hold the right elbow, the right forearm, the right wrist. If you hook the foot, then exhale, go down in space. If you don't hook the foot, stand tall. Either way, pay attention to the left knee. Be gentle to your joints. Be gentle so you can practice yoga deep into your old age. Take 3. And 4. Next, inhale, lifts the chin. Exhale, bend your standing legs so that you can come up with that next inhale. And release to Samasthiti exhale. Here is where we flow. Root into your legs. Inhale, sweep up through the arms. Exhale, fold forward from the hip, hands to the floor. Inhale, that little lift up. Hands go down so you can exhale to plank. Low plank, finding neutral pelvis. Inhale takes your back bend. Exhale takes the forward bend. Utkatasana, inhale, jump. Bend the knees, raise the arms, lift the chin, look up at your thumbs for 1. Knees are bent like you're sitting in a chair for 2. Sitting but lifting for 3. Going down and going up for 4. Take 1 more. And to get out of this, we're going to take crow. So first, exhale, put your hands to the floor. Open your knees out to the side. Take the knees closer to your shoulders than your elbows. Balance on the toes. Head forward. Inhale. Lift the heels as close to the sitting bones as you can. At any point it's a little much, you jump out, you take a flow, we'll meet up in down dog, or if you want to hold a little longer, we're at 3 and 4 and 5. You jump to Chaturanga, you take your Vinyasa flow, and from downward dog, we enter those final 2 standing warriors. Your left foot at 45, right foot steps straight forward. Inhale, you would come up, squaring your hips, square the belly, square the chest, square the shoulders, extend the arms. Now, even though we extend the arms, lower the shoulders down from the ears. Feel those muscles under the armpits, pulling the shoulders towards the hips. Take 1 more deep inhale. Finish the exhale. Next inhale, you straighten your front leg. And for the first time, you turn to your left side of the mat. And as you turn from the left side, face the back of the mat. Bend your left knee. Then pick up your back foot and turn it in towards you at 45 degrees. So you can start this all over again on the left side, squaring the hips, squaring the belly, the chest and the shoulders. Searching for that neutral pelvis. Just when you think you got it, look for it again. Take 1 more deep inhale. And then exhale, stay on the left side, but open your arms to the length of your mat. And adjust the back foot. Open the back foot out at 90 degrees. And notice how that then turns your hips to face the edge of the mat. You might even wiggle walk the back foot an inch or 2 away from you. Once the feet are set, draw the navel in and drop the tailbone down towards the floor. And then on that next inhale, straighten your front left leg, turn the left foot to the left side, then pivot the right foot to the front, and then slowly exhale, take your right knee right on top of the right ankle, draw the navel in, draw the sacrum down, Those front ribs in, all the stuff we started with, we've been talking about the whole practice. Take one more deep inhale. And as you exhale, take a flow. Bring the hands down, hop, step, jump back, vinyasa flow. Now, from this down dog, look at your hands. Inhale, jump your big toes together and sit your sitting bones down on the back of the heels. So you're like in a low squat position, but with the feet almost together, but the thighs are together. This is going to be a twist, which starts on the left side. So you're going to put your left hand behind you for balance. You're going to inhale, raise the right arm in the air, and exhale the back of the right arm to the outside of the knee. Put your hands into a prayer position, or if you know how to take the bind, if the bind is appropriate. Pashasana means a noose. You got it. For one, opening your left armpit to the wall behind you. For two, longer, deeper, better breaths. For three, four, twist love to shorten the breath. And five, no flow in between the sides. So inhale, look front. Exhale, release. Put the right hand behind you for balance so that you can inhale your left arm, outer edge of the right knee. Elbow to knee, palm to palm, creating your twist, unless, of course, the bind is appropriate for you. Counting down, 5. Longer, better breaths. 4. Hands into prayer if you're going to do the variation. You got it. For 3. And 2. 1. Now here, we just use crow to jump back to your chaturanga. So you get underneath the knees, balance on the tips of the toes. You know what to do. Lift the feet, and then either step back to plank, one leg at a time, or try to jump back to plank. Move on through. Now from this down dog, inhale, jump through to a seated position. Now we're going to close the right knee and put the right heel on the outside of the right hip so the right toes are pointing to the wall behind us. Now we got 2 things we can do here. We'll show you both and you decide what's appropriate for you. You can inhale, bring the hands to the floor or to the inner foot and the front foot and take your forward bend. Or in an upright seated position, you would raise up the left leg, take the inner foot and the outer foot and do your forward bend to your leg in the air. Either way, for one, both legs have that inward rotation. 2, that means we got to watch that right knee, bring it in towards the midline. And 3, breathing with sound. And 4, take one more. And then as you exhale, you're going to release the leg down with the hands, put the hands beside your knees, and in this position, you just step or float back into your chaturanga, and you take your vinyasa flow. Inhale, hop, step, jump back to seated, unless, of course, you know how to jump into that position from down dog. Close your left knee, left toes back, right leg is straight. If you go forward, it's exhale, or if you raise the leg first, it would be an inhale, and then exhale, folding your face towards now the right leg. Kranchasana, 1. Longer, deeper, better breaths. 2. 3. 4, and 5. So first exhale, lower the leg down with the hands and try jumping back out of this position. It doesn't have to be pretty. Every time we try a new movement, it feels off. Now from this down dog, inhale forward to your push-up position, keeping that neutral pelvis. Exhale, lower down onto your belly this time. You're going to put your hands at your hips so that your arms are straight, the palm of the hand turned up, back of the hand pressing down into the floor. We inner rotate our legs, which would join the big toes and would move the ankles and the heels out away from each other. Now inhale, press the hands down, lift up the upper body and the back of the body as the hands press into the floor for 1. And when you lift the feet, keep rotating the legs so the heels move away from each other for 2. That's what helps to keep the space in the area of the sacrum, is that inner rotation at the leg bone for 3. Keep working it, heels out for 4. Take 1 more. Now stay where you are, which means you stay up in the back bend. Now take the hands, the palms on the floor, halfway between the armpit and the hip. 1. And instead of pushing your shoulders up, push your body forward for 2. Like you're sliding across the floor on your belly for 3. Drawing the elbows back, keeping the chest open for 4. Take 1 more. Now stay up in the upper body, but press the feet down. And then inhale, lift the shoulders all the way up into your back bend, your cobra or your up dog. Exhale back to your downward dog. Now let's do a little variation of the next one. Take an inhale in your down dog and exhale down to your knees. So down dog, upright position, down to your knees. Down to the knees, there we go. Now separate your feet and sit your bum down between your 2 feet. Now if that's a little much on your knees, slide a block or a book underneath your hips. No pain in the knees, not tolerable at all. Now you're going to take your arms up. And we start with the right arm on top. So you interlace the right arm, join the palms. You want to have your elbows up at the height of your shoulders, and you move your hands away from the face. We'll do 2 sets of 5, just switching the arms. 4. Varasana legs for 3. And 2. And 1. Now exhale, release the arms, give them a little shake. Inhale, we take now the left arm up over top of the right, interlacing. 1. We'll jump back to that next position after this. 2. 3. 4. Take 1 more. 5. Now put the hands down at the front, step back to plank, low plank, and you know what to do from there. After this flow, come back to your belly from downward dog. Now for the first set here, take your arms into what we call the Sphinx position. So put the forearm on the ground so the elbow is right underneath the shoulder. 1. Those ribs that are just above your stomach, pull them in towards the body for 2. Press the top of the feet into the floor and move those heels and ankles out for 3. That inward rotation. 4, take 1 more. Then we're going to do the right side from here and then the left side. So just bend the right knee. Reach back with just your right hand. Take the inside of the right foot. Pull the foot down towards the outside of the right hip. And when you get it low enough, you can then pivot the right hand so the knuckles of the right hand are facing forward. Already at 2. This is a single-legged Bikasana position. For 3, 4, take one more. And then as you exhale, release back to your Sphinx position. Find that equal on the right side and the left side. Once we feel equal, let's move on by bending the left knee. Reach back with the left arm. Take the inner foot to the top of the foot, descend the foot down, and then pivot the hand to the front. For 1. And then try to square the upper body. For 2, we got 2 arms doing 2 different things, but can the shoulders be looking like they're doing the same thing from the side? 3. 4, take one more breath, and then you take flow. So you release the feet back, creating the foundation for the sacrum, planting the hands where you need them to take the vinyasa. This vinyasa brings you all the way back onto your belly, 2 more positions on your stomach. Dhanurasana, you now bend both knees so the heels come up to your hips. You reach back with both hands and you take the outside of the ankles. Rejoin the big toes. Press the feet into the hands and inhale, lift as much of your front body off the contact of the mat. 1. Make your legs burn. 2. Resist the action of the legs with the arms. For 3. As you try to breathe a slower breath. 4, take one more of your better breaths. Release and take a vinyasa to come back to this exact same position. One more position on your belly, which is Parsva Dhanurasana. You just did Dhanurasana, which is bow position on your belly. Parsva means the sides. We're going to do right side, left side, and a 3rd position on the belly. So bend the knees, wrap your ankles. Inhale, lift up into your bow, and exhale over onto the right shoulder and the right hip. 1. Keep lifting the chin up away from the collarbones. 2. Feel as though both legs are equally doing the same thing. 3. 4. One more. That next inhale brings you back to the belly, and the exhale brings you right over onto the left shoulder and the left hip for 1. 2. 3. One more set after this. 4. And 5. Inhale back to the belly. 5. 4. 3. Be over before you know it. 2. 1. Release. Plant the feet, your foundation, then the hands. Move through the flow. Now from down dog, again, we're going to lower into Varasana. So you bring the knees down, separate the feet, and again, sit down between the feet, not on top of the feet. Now we're going to do a little work on the arms before we move into camel. So you're going to take your right elbow and point your right elbow up to the ceiling. Then you take your left elbow and point it down to the floor, and you're going to wiggle walk your hands together. If this is a little much, then put a strap between your 2 hands and wiggle the hands as close as they may get together through the use of the belt. Same, smooth. If you don't have a belt, a sock might be handy. 4. Draw both elbows in towards the midline for 3. And 2. And 1. Exhale, give the arms a little shake. Then inhale, it's that left elbow where we pointed up. Right elbow points down. Hands together. Strap or a sock. Be gentle on your elbows. Say we're already at 3. And 4. And 5. On your next inhale, stand up on your knees. Now find that neutral pelvis. Now we're going to move into Ushtrasana Camel. So you're going to bend at the knee, reach both hands back to the heels. And you got your hands at the heels with the palms turned forward. Press into the feet. Press the thighs forward. Move the 2 frontal hip bones forward. The chin is moving away from the collarbones. But those ribs that are just above your stomach, use your 6-pack and pull those ribs into the body. Where those ribs originate at the back of the body, they then lift out and create space for you to breathe. 4, 3, 2, almost there. 1, come evenly out of the back bend. Exhale, put the hands down. Step, jump back to plank, low plank, lower to the belly. You know what to do from there. Take a float. And then you're going to jump back for another set of Bakasana. So if you know how to jump into Bakasana Crow from down dog, that's your option. If not, jump to that squat position that gets you ready for Bakasana. Knees up towards the backs of the shoulders. Balance on the tips of the toes. You know how to count. Take 5 breaths. Inhale, lift the feet. Take a count of 5. Maybe a count of 10. You want to stay a little longer. After you had enough balancing on your arms, jump out, take a flow, and return to a seated position this time, where we got 2 twists coming up. So in this twist, we take our left leg first into Virasana. So we got the left heel on the outside of the left hip. Once your left leg is in Virasana, you're going to take your right leg into half lotus. So you can either just bring the right heel to the groin, leave the leg on the floor, or help the foot up to where the crease of the groin is. Now take your right arm, reach it around the back like you're going to grab onto your right foot. Your available left hand comes to the far outside of the right leg. And it's your 2 arms that would then turn and twist your upper body so that you're turning your chest to your right side. And then even reach the chin over top of the right shoulder. Gazing back in space for that count of 5. Lengthening through the spine. 4. Gentle to that half lotus knee. 3. 2. And 1. So inhale, put the hands in front on the floor, and just exhale, step or jump out of this position you're in. Take a float. Jump, inhale back to seated. And you take your right leg into Virasana, hero pose. The left knee comes in second into half lotus. The left hand goes around the back like it's going to grab onto that left foot one of these days. So your available right hand comes to the outside of that half lotus knee. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, gazing back off the left shoulder. 1. 2. 3. 4. Now linking your breath with the vinyasa. So inhale, you come forward, hands down, exhale, back to plank, low plank, chaturanga, move through the flow. After this flow, inhale, jump to seated, and exhale, lie down on your back. First position of our closing sequence, last little dose of stimulation before we start to then prepare your body for Shavasana. So you're gonna bend your knees, put your 2 feet on the floor, hip distance apart. Heels are close enough that if you reach for them, you can touch the heel with the tip of the middle finger. They don't need to be any closer than that. Now use the feet to find that neutral pelvis. Lower the navel down, but don't lower the whole lower back to the mat. Hands are at the side of the body, or your hands start up on the floor above the shoulders. We're going to do 3 of these with a little break in between. As you press into the feet, inhale, you lift up your hips, hands come together underneath you, or you lift up onto your head to draw the elbows in, and then inhale, you press up off of the head into straight arms. Urdhva Dhanurasana, or the variation of, we're already at 2. 3. 4. And 5. As you exhale, you're going to lower down for 5. 4. 3. Recreate the foundation if anything moved on you. All right. Hear me now? Okay. Good, good. So, don't know why it would shut off. Battery's getting low? Okay. My mic battery might die at a certain point, and if it does, we're going to do a forward bend, an inversion, and then on to Shavasana. Hopefully I stick with you with the rest of the practice. Say another count of 5. Strange, because I didn't bend forward. I was in an upright position. Mm. And let's do 3 minutes upside down on your legs against the wall. Three options. Easiest and safest of the 3 is just legs up the wall, Viparani Karani. Or, if it's appropriate for you, your Salamba Sarvangasana shoulder stand or Shirshasana headstand. The clock for 3 minutes begins. One minute down, 2 to go. "90 seconds down, 90 to go." "2 minutes down, just 1 to go." 30 seconds. 15 seconds. And exhale. If you're in your headstand, come down to a child's pose. You're on your shoulder stand, your legs up the wall, just come down from the floor. Come through to a seated, cross-legged position. Almost there. So we take Yoga Mudra, which is cross legs or lotus. You reach the arms around the back, reaching for the big toes, if they're available. If not, hold the outside of your elbows. And there you exhale and lower the head down as if you're going to put your forehead to the floor. Count of 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Now inhale, sit back up. Join the first finger and thumb. Put your hands to your knees. And sit up for a slower count of 10. Creating the longest breaths of your practice. 9. Chin lowers halfway down towards the chest. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. That final last little efforts. Put your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift the knees. Exhale, lift up the bum. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Takes Shavasana. Stay warm in your Shavasana. It's better to be on the side of a little extra warm than a little extra cool. Some socks or a blanket and a hoodie. Take about 6 or 7 minutes on your back. Releasing all those activities, all the muscle engagements. We allow the nervous system to breathe for us. So what we keep is that state of awareness. We watch the body calm down.
Inhale. Take a deeper, better breath. Slowly breathing life into your body. Move your fingers and your hands and your arms and wiggle your toes and your legs. And curl up into a little ball over on your right side in the fetal position. Take a few more breaths there. And come on up. Inhale. Cross your legs. Join your hands. Om. Inhale. Thank you so much, ladies. Have a great day now. Namaste. See you next week.